everybody, welcome. Tammy from Tammy's Homesteading Crafts. Today we're in the garden to do our first garden tour of 2025. We did not do one in June. Today is July 8th, 2025, and we didn't do one in June because we didn't get our plants planted in the garden till almost the end of May, so there really wasn't much growth to show for June, so we just didn't do a garden tour in June. But we've got some growth going on, so if you guys want to see what all is growing in my garden, stick around. Okay, so before we get started with our garden tour, I just want to welcome all of you to my channel. Thank you guys so much for stopping by, liking, sharing, subscribing, and commenting on my videos. I really appreciate all of you that take the time each week or twice a month when the videos come out to do that. I really appreciate it. And for those of you who this might be the very first video you are watching, I hope you enjoy the content and consider subscribing to my channel. It does not cost you anything to subscribe to a YouTuber's channel, and it does benefit the YouTuber by you subscribing to their channel. And also for those of you who have subscribed, thank you. And if you have not rung the bell for the notifications, go ahead and do that. That way it'll let you know when a new video has posted on my channel. Okay, so let's get into the garden tour itself. Okay, so let's talk cucumbers. These ones have really taken off. I got the cucumbers from they were actual plants when I bought them, and I was able, I found a place that had more than just 6 plants to a pot, so I was able to get quite a few. I got 2 pots of cucumbers and was able to get enough plants in here to have a decent amount. We do have some cucumbers on there. There is a couple that I picked my first one off the other day. Oh, there's another one that's almost getting ready. Picked my first one off the other day, but I'll start getting cucumbers on here almost on a regular basis because we have quite a few flowers, and these are starting to take off, which is what it took them a while to get going, and now that they're loving the heat. We've had quite a bit of rain, and all of the heat. They're actually doing really, really well. So let's go over here to my strawberries. They're looking beautiful. They are doubling in size. The runners are going full force. I need to do a little bit of weeding in there, but the strawberries are doing really well. It's just, I've got that little critter in here that kept eating all of my strawberries, but the season is pretty much over at this point in time, so I don't think I'm going to get any strawberries this year off of these, but hopefully I will, maybe next year. But the plants are looking really well, and we have quite a few sprouts coming off them, so hopefully we'll get some strawberries. I tried again this strawberry tower that everybody raves about. I have 2 of them, and I've never been able to get anything other than weeds to grow in that. The strawberries are there, but they look bad, and I water them all the time. The bottom ones get so much water, the top ones don't get enough water. I don't know. I'm not thrilled with those things. Everybody wanted them. Everybody talked about them, those vertical towers. I didn't really like them. Okay. Yeah, my herb garden's a little overrun. I've got to do some cutting here. The cilantro here went to seed, so I got to get that cut so that I can get that in there. I've got some new coming down below, and then my oregano also went to seed, so I just need to cut this down, give it a good haircut, and then harvest when it's ready to harvest again. But the bunny loves to live in here. There's quite a hole in the middle of it. I'm surprised it's still alive. But yeah, I just got to give everything a really good haircut, and then hope for the best that it grows back and comes back again. But yeah, it's overgrown, and I haven't been out here as much. It's either raining or it's 90 degrees, and 90% humidity. Okay, so let's go to the tomatoes. These two are huge. They are really, really big, and they have quite a few tomatoes on them. This one's got quite a few tomatoes on it, and a lot of spots, a lot of flowers. This one is taking its time getting there. I had a couple of them that just did not make it. They were really small. These ones are doing quite a bit better. There. This one, I probably can now take the cages off from around these two. They were still quite little when I took the cages off around the other ones. So there's all my cages right there. So I probably could take the cages off these. They're big enough now that they're not sweet anymore. The critter kept getting in there and ate that one and that tomato. So I gotta just take the cages out of the ground there. The radishes that I planted, nothing. Haven't had very good luck with radishes lately. I used to be able to grow the best radishes, and lately I have not been able to grow anything for radishes. But oh well. I'm not a big radish eater. But some more tomatoes. These ones are looking really good here. These are I don't know if these are the new ones. These are the long lobe ones. Can you see that tomato in there? These are the long lobe ones, and I can't, all my tags got moved around and gone. I don't know what kind that is, but these, I think all three of these are the same here with the long lobes. So there's three here. I put one in a pot. Don't know what kind that is in the pot. I need to get some water into that. He's looking a little parched here. He was looking okay the other day. Rhubarb is doing good. Need to give it a good haircut here, and probably I'll do that after I film today. Raspberries are nice and tall, starting to get some berries on there. Not many, but we've got some coming, which is good. We'll get some berries. A few red ones here and there. I like to come out and pick just a few berries every day, put them in a freezer bag, and have my berries. Blackberries are nice and tall, and they're starting to get their fruit. They'll be a little bit before they produce anything. Okay, peppers. Peppers are still pretty small, but these are those plants that don't get all that big. I've got quite a few of them. I have two that are actual giant pepper plants, and I think those are down at the end. These are all of my little yum yum ones that have a ton of little peppers on them. They are finally getting bigger. It took them a long time to get established. This one I get to take the cage off. It's finally big enough in there. There's a lot of grass in there, and it's hard to get the grass out from around it with the cage there, but it was still so little. I just didn't want to take a chance that it was going to somebody was going to eat it. And this one is still pretty tiny in there, but the stalk on the pepper itself is quite a bit thicker, so I don't think the critter will eat that. So I guess I can take the cages off from the rest of these plants here and get them out of the garden. Okay, so and then this is a bigger, more big pepper, like a giant sweet pepper. I don't know, I can't remember the name of it. Like I said, the tags somehow are gone. I think the critter took the tags. I don't know. I put them in the ground, and next thing I know, they're gone. They're not here around anything anymore. So I don't know who moves them. I don't. And then the blueberries. This one and this one are the two that I bought this year, and they gave me some blueberries, probably about a cup, maybe a cup and a half. No, half a cup to a cup of blueberries. Those ones are doing okay. These are the plants that I planted from last year, that I transplanted that I had, and he's finally doing good. He's got that leg all the way over there that I probably should have cut off, but it was the only leg that had growth on it, and I didn't want to cut it off. And then this other one that was really, really bad ended up filling out pretty good, and it's got a lot of blueberries here on this side to bloom yet. Don't have a ton of blueberries on them, but they took a shock for the winter. But yeah, I got a few weeds there that I gotta get out of here and do just a little bit of gardening. It's been, like I said, either raining or really, really hot that I don't want to be out here. So maybe today I'm off, and maybe I will take this off this morning here after I'm done filming and get some gardening done. These are the last herbs that I have. My basil is doing really good. Again, it took a long time to get it to grow. And then my 2 cherry tomatoes. That is all that I have in the garden, guys. It's not a lot of stuff, but it's everything that we need. Well, guys, that is it for the garden tour. Thank you guys so much for sticking around and watching. Yeah, hopefully when we do one for the month of August, we will have a lot of more growth and more produce to pick and show. Once I start picking produce out of the garden, I will probably post some things on Instagram here and there to try to just, show what we've got, what we're getting. But that is it for today's video. Guys, thank you so much for watching, sticking around, and I hope you enjoy it. If you have not subscribed, consider doing so. It does benefit me by you subscribing to my channel. Thank you guys so much. Bye.